Hey everybody, FunshineX here. Welcome back to Stoneblock 4. We're looking pretty good, and we've got a lot to do today, so let's get right into it. I've kind of cleaned up this room a little bit. I've crafted a bunch more thermogenerators. They are all sitting on top of Ignitium with Dragon's Breath coming in. So this is like the most power we can get out of them, and it's like 2,000 FE per tick times like 13 of them, and they're just producing way more than we can actually use, so that's great. And then I made the dragon. He looks like a little snake. I don't know. I was wondering if I should have like a whole bunch of andesite funnels so it kind of looks like a serpent, and then I could switch the texture of the soap drawer. I don't know. As I'm walking by this room, it always just looks like there's a person in there. But anyway, so I've got that going. That's all automated. We've got 7,000 bottles coming here, and then that's all being extracted, stored here. We've got 384 buckets worth. That is crazy. Should never run out. I don't know if I'm going to have to build another thing or worry about the nuclear reactors or whatever. Not nuclear reactors, just power reactors, because we're generating so much power. Maybe we'll need it later. In this room, I didn't do as much. I built all the simulation chambers. The hardest part of that is the dust, the ancient dust or whatever, because it needs the bookshelves. So this Nourish gel in here needs the calcarine matrix, which needs the forgotten dust. And the only way to get this is to infect a bookshelf. So luckily we chopped up all those bookshelves that we found in that one dungeon, and I just infected them all and chopped them down with a FunshineX, and I got enough to make this many. So we could probably make a few more if we wanted to, but I'm probably just going to pick my favorite top mobs that actually give me some good simulations, and just go with that for now. And if we need to add more, we'll do that later. And then I need to hook a pattern provider to this so I can actually take the simulations out of the drawers, put them in here to craft whatever we want. So the two that I've got in there now is the Ignis data model, just to get the Ignitium. If I ever want more, I probably don't want more. And this is the Hydra data model, which gives us the Hydra data model, which gives us Hydra Chops, which is the best food, really, in the game for us at the moment. So it's 36 saturation and a full stack of hearts. So the only thing weird is it doesn't feed you until you actually need it, which is kind of weird. And then I'm just staring the generic predictions in here, so I'll have the norm ones, the end ones, and the twilight ones. Other than that, I'm probably going to automate all this with Simple Factor Manager. So we'll do that later. This cat just showed up. Jelly. Hi, cat. And I've got a wolf over here as well. Jello. So I don't know where they come from, but they're here. And then let's go down here real quick. I'm in the new pack version, which is 1.1.12. And interesting things have happened. Well, one thing, there's now a water cow. That was kind of like a joke on Discord, like, how do you get the water cow? And you couldn't. There was no water cow. But anyway, there is now, and it's just a clapple. It's just a random chance with a clapple, so you can use those just the same way we did to get all the basic cows, and you get the water cow. You can then take the water cow and the lava cow, breed them together, and supposedly get an obsidian cow. However, if you go actually read the data pack, the obsidian cow is disabled. So I don't know, because it's in the patch notes that you can get an obsidian cow, but it's disabled in the thing. So I went and just in the data pack in the config files and removed that disablement. I don't know if that was intended or not, but I've got an obsidian cow. And then once you get the obsidian cow, you can mix them with the osmium and you get the refined obsidian cow. So I've got both of those. I don't know if I'm going to actually use them. The obsidian one for sure, that's definitely going to be used. The water one's a waste because I've got infinite water, and who knows on that one. But I'm a completionist. I want to have everything I can. So, and I've got one more slot. Well, technically we've got 5 more slots if we find more cows. And then lastly over here, I've decorated these rooms now. This is actually the same blocks the Fabricator Echo uses in their kind of room. So I'm like, that's kind of cool. I don't have to come up with a palette. I'll just copy them. So these are how these turned out. These are rooms I'm going to consider finished now. So I've got that one. I've got this assembler in here. And then today we're going to work on the Atomic Forge, but its room is pretty much decorated. It's all set, ready to go. The first thing we need to do is get rid of these items here, is go fight the Leviathan. I have no idea if it's going to be hard or not. I'm gonna need some way to breathe underwater. There's this thing called a water bangle. And I think we can get this, so let's go try and craft this. Yeah, I think we've got most everything. That should give us infinite water breathing. Just need to go in here. So for the Enchanter's Bangle, this one first, we'll need Source Gem, End Crystal, blocks of gold. Pay no attention to all the cactus in the background being destroyed. Oh, I'm picking it up, aren't I? Why aren't you picking it up? You're doing a horrible job. Anyway, let's just turn the magnet off for a bit. Okay, so we can get all these, and what do I put in the middle? Is a ring of potential. Okay, we need more iron nuggets. Okay, you are really loud. Let's come right up by it here, go to here, make this. Radius, set the anchor. Radius 32 is fine. Wool break, mute. Okay. All right, so we will put our ring of potential in the middle. Okay, never mind. Put these blocks on first, and then the ring of potential. There we go. So that'll give us the first ring, and then the next one that we want is water essence and a powder snow bucket. Okay. This is an imbuement recipe. This was an enchanting recipe. I don't know the difference. I don't know. Do we just have water essence? That would be amazing if we did. No. What is the difference between imbuement and enchanting? I don't know. Maybe we're just going to try the same thing. Anyway, so how to make these? Water bucket, snow. Oh, I don't need 3 of this. Luckily we have everything. Okay. And then some source. Well, let's just try it in here and see if it works. I have a feeling it won't, but oh, maybe it will. Did you mean using a imbuement chamber? Uh, yeah, I meant to do an imbuement chamber. I just, oh, there it is. Okay. Let's make an imbuement chamber. I just replace this. Increase, oh, crafting waters. Add source nearby. I have source, it's right here. Lots of it. Crafting progress 5? What? Is it not close enough? Here, is that close? There you go. There you go. Now you're going fast. Oh, did that just... Oh, okay. So you don't, it doesn't use up the things. Well, that's nifty. I'm just hoping I can find a bucket of snow, because that's going to be the last thing we need. Air essence, so that's a feather, a Wilden, and an arrow. It's Wilden wing, I think. And source. Okay, 3. Okay, so you are gone. Put the enchanter back on top. We need to get this bucket of snow. And the 3 water. Sweet. Okay, is this a bracelet? Good. I hoped it was a bracelet. Oh, this is swim speed. Really? Why did I think this was water breathing? So did I make the wrong angle? We have the charms, but those take durability, right? So one thing we could do with that is make the talisman of repair. Wind charge. Oh, we have those. These are just Minecraft things? Wow, okay. We can also make potions. There's respiration we could put on our helmet. Maybe we'll try that as well. A water-breathing card for quantum. Great for just dire things. Am I wearing a dire things helmet? Which helmet am I wearing? I'm wearing a chipped or red, which I can't enchant, right? I think we've already found out this thing doesn't enchant. Do I have respiration? I do. Get up to 4. This thing just doesn't want to be enchanted. You suck. Let's just make a new helm because it's not the greatest helm. I don't know. Let's get a charm of water breathing. Oh, it does make it unbreakable if... Oh, okay. Exactly 100. 8 to 13. Oh my gosh, okay. That's hard to get right, but if you do it, then you get the unbreaking version. Anyway, need to brew some potions. Got 2 right here. They're 8 minutes. That might just be enough. Maybe we'll just do that. I don't know. Anyway, let's put this bracelet on so we can swim faster. Is that the bracelet? Yep. Okay. And let's go find this Leviathan. So, if you go in your quest book and you click this, it'll give you the ocean shards. And that was the 6th teleport location I need. Somehow I lost the south because I've got this one in here. And oh no, there's ocean south. Okay. So I'll put that there and throw this one away. And let's try here. It doesn't really tell you. It just says, go to one of these southern ones. Oh, this one's like right in the middle of it. Okay. And then it says, find a water orb arena. And I'm actually jumping ahead of myself. I realized I didn't do something first, but that's okay. Let's get rid of some of this. So if we search here and just search for water orb, there's 2 things? I don't know. So let's say search for that. And it's going to tell us the distance is 500 meters that way down. That kind of looks like a boss arena here. Like, oh no, I've been there. I've been to that snow thing. I had that weird cave. Yeah, I've already been there. But this is like a whole underwater arena. I want to see how my swim speed works. Oh, wait, no. Can you guys just die? Anyway, let's check our swim speed out. That's pretty good. Pretty fast. Okay. Yeah, we screwed up. We had to do something first. We need to craft the actual thing that summons this guy. And that's this Abyssal Sacrifice. Now, when I looked at this, I'm like, okay, well, Heart of the Sea we have to buy. A Thame drops off mobs that I've never seen before, these Deeplings, and I thought those were going to be that water dungeon that we just were, but I could never find them. I'm like, okay, great. And then the other thing we need is this Colossus, either Coral Chunk or Coral Crystallized Coral, which drop off the Colossus, and I've never seen him either. Yeah, he wasn't in that thing. And so I went on Discord and I found out, oh, well, if you just fight this Gate Pearl, it actually summons these for you. So let's make this Gate Pearl. We need Diamond Lattice, Water Essence, we just made, didn't we? Dark Matter, and then just Power. Was it 2 Lattice, I think? I'm just going to store this. Yeah, 2 Lattice, 4 Water Essence. Okay, well, let's go. Well, at least we know how to do it now. So here, change this to imbue. And it was buckets. It was snow. No, I don't remember. Yeah, it was snow and kelp. And then some source. Oh, I just threw that all back in. I meant to shift click it into my bar, stupid thing. The bucket's still there. Anyway, water bucket, kelp, snow, snow. I don't know if the pouch makes it run any faster. It does. Okay, cool. Goes up by 20 instead of 10. Okay, there's... What happened here? With this, is it here? There's this configuration of the wires terminal, and there's a thing called pick block. And because this is wireless, it's connected anywhere. I can actually middle click on a block, and if it's in my ME network, it'll actually just put it in my hotbar. Like, I don't have to open that up, so that is amazing. Definitely want to use that. I'm just going to set this on the ground right here. So we got the Diamond Lattice. We're going to have to pull it out again. 2 Lattice, 4 Water Essence, and a Dark Matter. Oh, I haven't checked this in a while. How much Dark Matter we got over here? Ooh, that's a little bit. Just a little. Apparently I pulled the whole thing out. Okay, that's the right recipe. I'm just head to the world engine rather than put a recipe in for it, because I don't think I'm going to spawn this multiple times. And I can do this. It's gone in here. I'm not summoning this one ever again. That stupid goat that I can't kill in 2 minutes because he has 10 billion health. Let's head home. We just gotta fight this thing somewhere. We could just fight it in this arena. Sure, let's do it. Not enough space. What about in this room? Not enough space. What about in this tree? There we go. Let's do it here. I'm gonna go with the red guitar of slaying. The slaying guitar of slaying. Oh, you guys are all just gonna die this way. Oh, I need a magnet. Okay, we got our Thame. Cool. That was the reward for going wave 1. Die, spiders. Got more enemies here. More themes. Holy crap, okay. We get the Colossus here about to spawn. There he is. There's a Colossus. Hey, stop, stop, stop lifting me off the ground. What did they do to me? Holy crap. Slowness, watery grave. I remember water grave. It sucks. At least my health regens really fast. I get some milk. There you go, Colossus. Whoa, whoa, he's a big jumpy boy. Right. You're the master of water. Look at all the things we got. I was so worried about how I was going to get those. And we got like 1 billion. Oh, we just got a ring too. What was the ring we just got? Oh, was it a bracelet? A bangle? Did we just get the bangle that we just crafted? You guys can't see my face right now. I'm not amused. Okay, we got the coral chunk for killing that guy. All right, where are we crafting? Oh, we do need to figure out where to get the... Which one gives the Heart of the Sea? So it's in the Enchanter. We probably could do this, but I don't want to right now. So let's go to the Enchanter. Give me 2. They're cheap. Okay, so to craft this guy now, we should have everything. There we go. We don't have enough for a second, so we'd have to summon that whole thing again. So we have to make this, which is not too bad, but we're good. We'll just kill him once. So are we good to go? I think so. Yeah, we just need to find this place now. And I've actually, I think that's north side. No, it was the west side I've already looked at, and I think that's closer. So we're gonna go here. I love swimming on. It's so much fun. So there's a water dungeon right here, but I think the water dungeon is like on top of the Leviathan arena. I think this is the arena. And if we scroll here, it's at like Y71, so we just need to go down. All right, that's it. Oh, I took my mini map off. No, still need to go down. I don't know why it turned to stone again. Huh. A little confused. It's like this is the thing. It's much gonna be easier to go down this way. What? Is it like filled with stone? Why -20? Oh, it is way down. But there's this weird stone box above it. Okay, that's kind of funny. Oh, I am at Y -20. What? Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. It just has a stone thing around it. Weird. Okay, we got a little problem here. Got our water breathing. So put these away. Put that in the backpack. Go ahead and drink this. Oh, I filled it with water. That's funny. Okay, we got another one if we need it. Any good chests in here? No. Alright. That looks like with a summoning pillar here. Like, why have chests if they don't have anything in them? I don't want to do that right now. I've got limited time. Okay. I think we just feed this heart to it. Oh gosh, it's shaking. It's shaking. Oh, you do have breathing areas around here too. Okay. Here we go. Come here, dude. No. Where are you going? Where are you going? Don't I have swim speed? Oh, he's coming. He's coming. Oh, we just like owned him. We're owning him. Oh, he's eating us. He's eating us. Okay, oh, there's a bunch of little balls floating around. They are coming for us. Holy crap. Like heat seekers. Like, I swear I put that bangle on, didn't I? Okay, he's dead. They're still following me, though. Where are the... Oh, there's like mines. Can I lead those into the mines? Okay, there's not. They're not following me anymore. That was weird. I should be able to mine all these replica blocks. Oops. Can I put it on shapeless, please? There we go. And I guess I could just summon him again with that. Well, we got a trophy. Apparently you can wear these on your head. Where's my head slot? I don't know, probably here. Oh, that's hilarious. I have a Leviathan on my head. I need to upgrade some gear here. And we also got an intricate tidal claws of the snake. That's a main hand damage. Doesn't look very good. The abyssal egg is what we are here for in the first place. But nothing really else. I thought we'd get some apothecary loot or something. Is there any other mobs that spawn in here? There's something spawning here. What are you? Oh, he's a big boy. You're a big boy. A tentacled horror. He's stuck in the bubbles. He gave me blindness. Okay, so that was a trial spawner. I don't know why we're so slow. I'm swimming, right? Yeah. Alright, we got another big boy over here. Gotcha. What do you think you're doing shooting me? Get away from here. Alright, let's do one little chest just to see if what kind of loot is in here. Prismarine gem dust. Pretty crap. Okay. Heading home. Yeah, we got a lot to do still. Let's just throw a random codex glyph. Just turn all these into ingots. Okay, don't need any of that. Now we can put you away because we're not fighting anything. Should go repair this. The next thing I want to do, probably do the quest, but yeah, that's just 50 bucks. Is do all of this. So we need to get Promethium. And that's kind of here at the end. And that is going to be an engraving recipe in the Atomic Forge. So we need to set up the forge. And then there's a bunch of things we need to get. The overcharge crystal is all of this, which is fun. But let's work on the main line here, which is the Heisenberg. And rather than get the Unholy, this is kind of like the magic version of getting it. We're going to go tech version, get Super AI chip, which needs Duratium. There's just a whole line. I've got everything kind of queued up in my bookmarks. So let's do the recipes, I guess, first. So let's get a recipe for a silicon wafer. That's going to be in the forge. And I hope it just knows what slots to put everything. I've never really used the forge and automate it before, but so let's do that. We need to go actually down to the forge. And we're going to need a pattern provider here. Let's just go with an extended. So we have plenty of spaces for recipes. And then we're also going to need some way to take stuff back in. So an import bus would be fine. So put the pattern provider there and the import bus. Reach it. Just here. Cable. There. Okay, we can put that bar back. I'll cover this hole in a minute. But you'll notice that, well, you won't notice, but the forge has no way to power it just by a normal, I can't just put a gate on it. I actually have to provide power a different way. And the way we're going to do that is to shoot it with some lasers. So I've made 6 of these lasers. And we're going to need the machine cores. And we can really put these wherever we want. I want to make sure I have room to put a gate on them. So we could probably stick them like something like that. Then I have plenty of space to do a gate. Come on. Okay, and we need the target designator. So we'll designate right here in the middle. Aim all of them. This guy didn't get it. All right, they are all aimed there. Okay. And then in here, I need to go ahead. Actually, is it going to know that this is what this is? Oh, yeah, Atomic Forge. Okay. So we'll put that recipe in there. And let's just get some gates. And we can just put them like on this side out of all of them. It's pretty well hidden. Okay, so those all have power. That is ready. I think we can order this. So we'll just say, can I have a silicon wafer, please? And that was it. Wow, okay. That was a very fast craft. I don't think other things are going to be that fast, but check one off the list. Okay, so now we need to do some alloy. Oh, guys, I have something amazing to tell. Sorry, I have ADHD moment here, but I figured out the reason I was losing all my Certus. This thing here is a basic crushing factory. It was making Certus quartz dust, and I had in here an output set to go into the enriching factory. I think you know where that's coming from. The enriching factory. If you click uses on Certus, has a recipe to turn it into silicon gems. So every time I was ordering Certus, it was turning into silicon gems instead of giving me the Certus. So I made sure to go to all of these now and configure their sides to only allow from the bottom up and down and not auto export to the other sides. And Certus works great now. So that's cool. Let's do some alloy furnace recipes. So we need, do I have any of these? I don't have that one. Diamonds and nickel. Oh, I want the recipe for it. I don't make it. Okay, and then duratium is also an alloy. Is it? Oh, right here. Netherite and platinum. I do need to teach my system how to make netherite. And then quantum. Oh, that's not the same. So is duratium the only one that needs the alloy smelter? Oh, I can do it this way. Then it's cheaper. Okay, we'll do it that way. So we can get rid of this one. Save a pattern. Okay, so in here, those two go in there, and put this in here. Okay, can we order some of that? An adamant. That's quick. And then duration. Look that up super fast. Good. Okay, we're getting closer. The next thing we need to know is how to make quantum alloy, and that's going to make this quantum processor, which is part of the advanced computing engine. So that is a recipe in the reaction chamber, and it doesn't use water. And so I made a second reaction chamber. This one is going to be for all water recipes. So anything that needs water will go in here. This one will be anything else. And I went through like the entire recipes here. I just hit use on this thing, and I just looked at everything that doesn't use water and made a pattern for it. And I don't know if I'll use it or not. Skip some of them, like I'm not sure about this alloy plate, and there was one other one I skipped. But anyway, we've got all these recipes in there. Hopefully they turn out useful. But one thing we do need for this is a ton of singularities. And the way we were crafting singularities was just too slow. It's much faster to do it in this machine here. And so the singularities in the reaction chamber need 64 matter balls, which is super cheap, and some lava. And I've actually improved how we get our lava balls. Why did the bee spawn in there? I don't need any of this loot, but I just have to get it whenever the bee spawns. I don't know if you guys are the same way. But anyway, so matter balls. Up here, right next to this guy, I've got this matter ball maker. It's actually not connected to the main network. It's just getting power from it. That's the only thing it's doing. And so this is the condenser, and it's got a 64K here set to make matter balls. And we're still using the water, but a much faster way to get water into this. Remember, we were struggling to do like export buses and other things. The fastest way is to get the I/O port with an infinity water cell. And what the I/O port does is saying, take everything out of the cell and stick it in your network as fast as you can. And so that's what it's trying to do. But this is the small network, just this block, these two cables, and this block. And so the only way it can go is use this storage bus to put it in the matter condenser. And I've got 16,000. I turned this on maybe an hour ago. So I don't know if you take it out. See how that's how fast it makes them. That's just nuts. So that's kind of fun. And so with that, we can now get singularities, just crafting them in the chamber here. And then the other one is the shattered singularity, which also is in the chamber. It uses the singularities plus ender dust and skystone dust. So we're good to go there. So I think we can craft a quantum alloy now. Let's try it. Should make a few recipes in here. And let's get some acceleration cards. I'm going to do 2 of them in here and 2 of them. Oh, this one's already got 2. Okay, that's probably all we need. All right, so that worked. So we're done with that. Next, we need to teach system how to make a printed quantum circuit, and that's going to be in our circuit fabricator. So let's set that recipe up and stick it in the fabricator. There, and then we need to combine that the same way we do before. Oops. Make a recipe for this. Oh, I'm out of patterns. Okay, back to the circuit fabricator. And I'm not going to do the 32s because this just uses too many things. I don't think I ever need 32 of these. We'll just make them one by one. All right. The advanced computing engine then is going to be another atomic forge recipe with the silicon wafers, quantum processors, and the processing units. So let's make that recipe. And then we can turn that into a super AI chip when we combine it teratium with two of them. Did that say something like 3 minutes? Oh, 3 seconds. I thought it said 3 minutes. And then finally, we can take that super AI chip, combine it with 2 adamant, and make the final thing, which is Heisenberg compensator. So I could just stick them in, but I'm going to go run down there because I want to watch this thing craft because I don't get to see it very much. Let's put all these in here and craft up a Heisenberg. There it goes. Okay, so it doesn't matter if they're not in the 2 slots. That's fine. I do want to probably in this blocking mode so that it doesn't try to craft multiple things. But we got it. We got our Heisenberg concentrator thing. So that means we're pretty much almost done. We need to get the overcharged crystals now. So we need the blocks. And you can make these through collision. We'll do that some other time. The superconductor and the advanced battery. What can I get rid of on this? Okay. So the Restonia, we don't have a recipe for. That's going to be in power. We haven't automated this, have we? Okay, so we got to do that first. And we'll make... Oh, we haven't automated the atomic reconstructor either. Do we need a lot of this? Let's just go for 1 Promethium right now and not automate it, really. We'll just make 2 of these, so... Need 2 of these blocks. I just wasn't prepared to set up automation on the atomic constructor and the charger, whatever. Okay, so go over here. So we got the Restonia crystal block. I need blocks of redstone. Just gonna do 4 right now. We need that. I need redstone, nether brick, red dye brick. That's fire bricks. Okay, let's do... So I meant to do this. Okay. Now I forgot the other things. Just red dye. I need to put speed upgrades in that furnace. It is way too slow. Oops. Should we get into Super Factory Manager right now? Like, it would be pretty easy to automate this with it. No, I think we do a whole episode on SFM next time. I've just got too much to do. Too much to go. That's good. Can you just grab this, please? Please. The last one. Okay. Balance that. Now we need superconductors, which is an assembly recipe. Not sure we know how to make electrum or energite. Or dubious containers, for that matter. So electrum is going to be an alloy with silver and gold. Never know what recipe thing I'm looking at. Okay, there we go. And then energite. Either fluxite and nickel. Okay, not too bad. That's right at the top. Okay. That's those two things. And then the dubious is just a crafting recipe. And we know how to make everything. Good, good, good. Okay, so that should let us make batteries. Nope, we need to actually make this recipe now. Oh, we were trying to make the superconductor. That's what we were trying to do. Okay, and then a battery. Okay. Can we now make an overcharge? No, because we didn't tell it how to put it all together. Wait, you know how to make superconductors. What's wrong with you? Two of these. Go. You're making steel? I need to teach you how to make steel from a cow. I did, while that's crafting up, I'll show you something. I did put some casting tables and casting basins and put recipes for them, so they will make it here. So all you need is a the pattern provider, right? And that'll say, you know, put a bunch of molten whatever in here, and then you just pull it out with a pipe. So that's pretty nice. Now I can actually make use of my cows. I just need to put the patterns in there. Okay, it's got one of them. Let's head down here. Watch the Promethium being lasered. Still need to make a Promethium recipe, right? Did I actually get to the right thing? There we go. Here we go. Make me one of those. Okay, so the power here doesn't come from a gate, it comes from these lasers sending the power from them to here. So I think the more lasers you have, probably the faster this would go. But there we go, we got our Promethium. That completes that. So, with the 2 quests that we just completed, now we can work on this Resonant Void. And it looks fairly simple. Power, it's a lot, but we can do it. 47 million, right? Fortron, we've got plenty. Empowered Void Crystals, I can set up an automation thing for that. Resonance we've made before to get the dimensional dudes, whatever, the villagers. We need 4 Promethium, so I'm going to have to automate the blocks that it was using. The Abyssal Egg, which we just got. Sky Osmium is just a reaction chamber recipe with Skystone Osmium Certus Quartz. And then Enderium. Piece of cake, right? Until you look at this one and go, Void Flame Fuel. Void Flame Fuel is a Just Dire Things recipe where you put liquid around the goo and it turns unrefined Void Flame into Void Flame. This one you need Blaze Ember Fuel plus a Void Flame Coal. Then you need an unrefined Blaze Ember. Then you need polymorphic fluid with Blaze Ember. So this is quite the recipe. Some of it can be done in the reaction chamber. Can all of it be done in the reaction chamber? I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. Void Flame Fuel. No, this cannot. This must be done here. But we can get everything like up to that in the reaction chamber. But we do need to automate the crystals themselves. So that's another thing we want to automate, and I think I'll set that up next time. So next time we're going to do Just Dire Things automations, the charger automation, or not the charger, the Empower automation, and the atomic assembler automation. So that's a lot. But we need to go what we were planning on doing last time, which is get into replication, the whole reason this room was made. So, taking a break from our main quest line, which is hurtful, I know. Okay, I can charge off this now. Cool. Oh, this gives me some more Promethium? Cool. Particle accelerators, so that's going to be a little bit. But if we look into generating resources, we've done the cow, or the chickens, we've done the cows, and we've done Project D. Some of it, at least. Enough. But we need to get into replication. Okay? So the first thing is going to be the creating matter, which we need disintegrator, matter network pipes, and matter tanks. And that's going to take a lot of this replica that we've been doing, or that we just got from killing the Leviathan, and that's kind of why I held off. I wanted to kill Leviathan because I knew that there was a lot of replica underneath his spawner. But let's make... We're going to have to make like 16 tanks, but let's do that for now. Let's get a disintegrator. So the disintegrator takes any matter, and it's going to turn it into its essence, kind of like thing. So if we look on both of these, whenever we hold shift, we can see the matter values at the bottom. So it's got like 46 Earth, 52 Ender, 104. I can't remember all the names of them all. But yeah, so anything we put in there that has matter will give it to us in essence form. And then we can store it in these little tanks. Okay. Then we need network pipes is how it moves it around. So let's get some of those. We're gonna need some glass pane. I don't know how many of these recipes I want to automate, so I don't know how many I'm going to need, but that should be plenty. And then the last part of the first quest, is the tank. Didn't we just make the tanks? Okay. So that completed that quest, and immediately gave us a follow-up quest to get red matter, which we have already done, so that's great. And then we need a few other things. So we need to get the replicator and the identification chamber. The replicator is what actually crafts the things. So this is going to need a recipe. So basic machine cores, I've already got automated and infused alloy. There is a way to get more replica, and that's going to be smelting raw replica, but the only way to get that is to do an unearther. So we need a dimensionalist that is going to be smelting other rock. And remember, other rock comes from diorite. So that's a little bit of another automation we need to do at some point. But for now, we've got enough replica to get by. Okay, so now we can go to our thing and go to the world engine. Oh, and we are out of recipe slots, so we need to get... if we look at pattern provider, there's a thing here called advanced pattern provider upgrade. Upgrade a normal or extended pattern provider to the advanced version with the same amount of pattern slots. No, I don't want that. Upgrade an advanced pattern provider. No, I want this one. Right? Oops. No. Let's hold G and see what it does. Okay, so it looks like it will upgrade to an extended version without breaking it. Let's try it. Which is kind of weird because it's like you have to craft an extended pattern provider and something else, but whatever. I'm lazy and I don't want to have to do the whole thing again. What's taking this Skyosmium so long? Oh, I need to charge a bunch of Certus. Oh, but it does make 64 of it. That's nice. Okay, so now we can get that upgrade. And let's head to the world engine. And we can just go ahead and upgrade you. Now it's bigger. Okay, cool. So we put the replicator in there. Can we craft a replicator? We might need more than one, but for now it's good. I've got a bunch of liquid darkness in there. Forgot about that. I have to take that out. When is this craft? 30 seconds? Okay, we got a replicator. And then, again, the identification chamber. Let's, is that a crafting recipe here? No, that's just normal. I think we only need one of those. It should say. If you want to replicate an item based on stored matter, you first need to learn it. Okay, so we have the identification chamber, but we need memory chips to store it on, and then we have chip storage. So let's get a memory chip. We're probably going to need a couple of these. Some chip storage. Probably need a couple of those too, but we should be good to go, maybe. Replication matter overflow allows you to craft overflow tanks that automatically void. So sometimes if you're breaking down an item, it might have a bunch of one thing and a little of another. And if that one has a bunch fills up, it won't be able to break it down anymore, so you can void out the other one. But we're not going to worry about that for now. There's a replicator enclosure, which I think turns this into like a multi-block or something. Maybe not. Replicator sped up with enclosure. I'm not going to worry about speed of this right now. But we do want a terminal. So let's make that, and that should be the last item we want. Okay, heading home into this room. If we look at the quest rewards just on, or like no, we hold G. We hold G on this one. There's this whole picture that shows you kind of what you need. So they've got 2 replicators here that are actually making stuff. They've got the identification chamber to learn stuff and the disintegrator to get rid of stuff, and then their chip storage. So I think that's probably a good way to go. So we're going to put identification chamber here. So it's the middle. Disintegrator here. And chip storage there. That will hold 8 chips. We've only got 3 right now. And then we'll have a replicator here. I'll make a second one later. We'll put all these connected with their pipes. And then on top of that one, we'll put that. And then we need our matter tanks connected somehow. And it's, I don't know, it's got this weird thing. I don't know why it does it like this. I guess it just looks cool. But we can really just do this. Oh, that's why, because they... A little sneaky thing here. I'm going to change it up a little bit. I want to put them up on the wall. Did we only make 4? Oh, we just used some, huh, for the other stuff? All right, then we'll do like that. Okay. So let's plan out our use now. So why it taught us that we need to make red matter is because red matter has all of the essences, and it has 16,000 of them. So just burning 1 red matter will give us a ton that we can then turn into whatever else we want. So it's almost Project D, where we're just using EMC, but this is kind of this other equivalent, which is fine. But we will need 8 tanks then. So let's make a few more. I'm just going to make 9 for like symmetry. No, just one in the middle. That's not what I meant. But we can just like stack them, right? If we want to have more storage. Oh gosh, I'm breaking everything. This will be fine now. Let's connect them up. And let's go ahead and disintegrate a red matter. We do need to give this whole system power. I'm going to use the Niotic gate for now, but we might need to go up to the big gate later. I think you can just patter through here. There we go. All right. So this has already disintegrated our red matter. We should have 16,000 of everything in here. And these hold quite a bit. They hold 256, so we could probably... Let's keep 1. Burn a bunch. Oh, it burns quick, too. Nice. Can't remember if you can... Yeah, lock these. So we want to have 1 for each one. Okay, so that is ready to go. Now we just need to teach it something to make. What do we want to teach it? What's like hard to craft? What about my ME covered cables? Sure, I don't know. What about diamond upgrades? They're a little bit hard to craft. So we can say learn it in here. We do need to like put this in here. And now it consumes one. So we did use up a little bit just to make this, but now it knows how to make a diamond upgrade. And if I go here and I say, I would like a diamond upgrade and I want 8 of them, please. Replicate. It's actually going to replicate them right here. And they will go out in this output slot. And it'll also tell you like how many you can make, like based on how much matter you currently have in your storages. I can make 96 more of these or something. So that's pretty cool. And then I can just grab them out here and we've got them. So Promethium does not. That's unfortunate. But anytime we make something that just like needs, it's kind of a challenge to make. Unfortunately, that doesn't either. That has replication values, we'll definitely put it in here. Let me go ahead and make the additional replicator right now. It will spread out the recipes. It'll use all the replicators. So if we were to make like a huge bulk craft of like 1,000 of something, we want like 40 replicators, but we don't really need that. When did I make the replicator enclosure? I don't remember when I put that the recipe in. But yeah, so it looks like we can put that on there. Okay, cool. Let's make another one then. Did I just do that now and forgot? Or like do that a long time ago? I do not remember when I made that recipe. Here we go. So that's got those. And I think we'll just end there as far as what we do. So that is all set up, and it's just up to us to either automate it or learn recipes for things that we want to craft. I will probably move our power flower down here, and I'll have one on this side and one on this side. I have 2 of them. Upgrade them all to Mark IIIs with whatever. So we have just a billion red matter. Maybe I'll do dark matter in one, red matter in the other. What else? I think that was all I planned for replication. So did I run out of things to do? We had so much planned. I know there was something else, but I've probably forgotten it. So let's get started with Super Factory Manager then, because there's some things we've got to set up to even get going. So the basis behind it is the Factory Manager. We'll need to make this recipe here. So that is a recipe. I need to teach it how to make cable. And that uses matter network pipes, which is kind of also why I was waiting to do replication first. Deep slate? Do we have a lot of deep slate? I don't know. Okay, so these just assembly recipes. And then that one is in the world engine. Okay. And then the other facade inventory cable or fancy is just crafting like that, so that's easy. Let's do at SFM instead. I don't know why the printing press is part of SFN, but that's fine. We do need some programming disks. Let's just make a recipe for it. And then we're going to make 1 label gun. That's all we'll need. No. Thank you. Network tool don't care about. Pretty for nope. Okay, that's everything we need. So let's craft up 1 factory manager. We're short on deep slates. Okay, it's probably because we have cobbled deep slate. That's all the deep slate we have? Don't we have like thousands? I know where it is. It's right here. those in there. Okay. Now, what kind of deep slate is this? Cobbled. So we're going to have to make a recipe for normal deep slate. You know what I want to do? I want to take this guy down. Because he is much faster than that one. So let's put him like here. And we'll put the recipe for that in there. We want to auto output to the bottom. Okay. Not netherite. Deep slate. There we go. Input output. There we go. And auto split. Oh, that is amazing. That's beautiful. One thing I do want to do though is take this out. Say 64, make 64. That should increase the speed here. Even but more. Okay, now can we get super factory manager controller? Go. Who's smelting over here? I'm actually going to take all of those out. That is a 500 tick. So, all right, it's made it. Beautiful. And then we want some inventory cable. We need a lot more than this. We're going to need a program. Okay. Let's head up. Not over here. Okay, I'm going to... I want to stay in this room. For now we will. I might move this, but there's my axe. So we're going to replace all this cabling with cable, because we can move power and items with SFM. So let's get our inventory cable. It's always a little nerve-wracking doing live coding on camera. I have not prepared the program beforehand, so we might need to do a little bit of debugging and that kind of thing. But we'll get started at least. Okay, and then I'm going to put this... Yeah, this is all going to be moved anyway, so I'm going to put it right here for now. Yeah, right here. Okay, into here goes a program. And we're going to view examples. And there's a ton of things. And we want just a simple program, I think, to start with. Sure. So it's going to do all this stuff. Don't need line numbers. We'll turn that off. And IntelliSense will put on basic. Yeah, maybe not. It's a thing. Okay, anyway. So we're going to call this program is going to be called the Empower. Okay, and then we've got every 20 seconds, or every 20 ticks. So that's every second, and it's creating a loop. It's going to say, do this every 20 seconds over and over and over again. And we're going to do some input from A. Now, A is just a variable we're defining. Let's continue editing. Done to save it. Anyway, so we need to define where we're getting the stuff from. So since I've got a pattern provider already here, let's go ahead and go into here, put some more cables like that, and I'm going to get a barrel of some sort. Put this here. Okay, everything we want to interact with needs to touch cable in some way. So I've got the barrel, the manager, and all the things I want to touch are there. Okay. So this will be my input. So I'm going to say input from barrel. All right. And then I want to output certain things. So I want to output one item, a specific item, to the Empower. And then I want to output the rest of the items. I can't even type here. Output to. These are the display stands. Just got a display stand. And that's pretty much it. All right. Because it's smart. And so let's just get that working first. Now, if we take the label gun and we shift right click on there, it's going to pull all the labels from that program. So the three variables I created, the barrel, the Empower, and the stands, are all now in this. And I can click in the air and select which one I want to define. So I'm going to say barrel, you are the barrel. And then I'm going to say the display stand, you're a display stand, you are. And then Empower is here. Okay. And then I need to right click back on the manager to push everything out of the label gun to the program. So now that should work for getting all our items out there. The only thing is we need to make sure that what goes on the Empower is always the first thing that gets into the barrel, so it knows to put it there first, then everything else we don't care with. So let's make a recipe. This is probably not a good idea. What we should have done here, I'm going to change it just a little bit, is put a second one down here. Whoa. I'm going to switch my barrel here. Now I need to update that right now because it thinks the barrel is there. So barrel, and I can prune, I think, things that don't exist, maybe? I don't know. Or is it in here to say rebuild the cable network? And now it'll get, I'll get rid of this barrel. Oh no. You're not a barrel. Here, I'll do this. I'll say you're not a barrel. Whatever. Okay, we need another pattern provider. I think we can go with basic for now. That was a horrible choice. And I'm going to get our little wrench and make sure it's aimed that way, just so that this one doesn't interact with anything else. And I want to make pattern. So we need Restonia, right? And that is this pattern here. put that pattern right there. Now I'm gonna go make sure I just have everything in the network because I don't want to do this autocraft yet. So let's get some redstone blocks. I'm just gonna throw this into the network. Okay, what happens now if we order Estonia? Here it goes. Look at that. That was brilliant. So again, this pattern, the Restonia crystal block was the first thing in the recipes to make sure that was in first. It's possible I might need to do filtering in the program to ensure this is always the first item. But I think this is pretty smart on what it accepts as well. So we might not need to. Now the problem we have now is we don't have power in any of these. So they're actually running out of power. So let's handle that next. So up first, I'm going to say every 20 ticks do. We're going to input slash RF. I don't remember how to do power. Control Shift E. There we go. So make sure do not hit done. Is there one to move power? Fluids and other resource types. Okay. So if we want to move power, forge energy, is that what we want? So we'll, is there a way to copy paste? I don't know. Okay, so I want to hit cancel because I want to change my actual program. I will come up here and paste that. Oh, beautiful. So that should input energy. I want to say from, I don't know what we want to call this. We'll call it battery. And then we want to output to the empower and display stand. And then end that loop. Okay, so let's pull things. And we just need to find the battery now. So that should be this block. We need to connect it. Battery, and then plug that down there. He's getting power now. Maybe you can't pull power from this. This is where I'm gonna just not be sure on what I'm doing, because I don't know if I just wrote the code wrong or I can't pull power from here. Let's try it one more time with an energy cell. Or energy cube. Do we have a cube somewhere? Just make a basic cube. And while that is crafting up, let's try and get this block out of here. So that's going to be pretty easy. So we're going to do every 20 ticks. Do. And we'll just do it in reverse. So input from the empower, output to the barrel. Oh, no, we don't want to output the barrel. We want to output to the provider. And you can name these whatever you want, right? We're just making it so it's easy on us to remember. All right, cool labels here. We need to get cable, that. All this the provider. Push them there. Okay. Oops. This somehow went away. Click the wrong button. There we go. Okay. Oh, and it pulled it back in. Well, that was brilliant. It worked. Okay. But power, we're still having trouble with power, so let's get this basic energy cell now. Maybe we should put this. It's actually charging in my battery or my hand. That's kind of funny. All right, put there. So that should completely charge full. And let's switch the battery to here. Okay, so it's not working perfectly. We just do. Maybe I can't have comma. Oh, the empower doesn't need power. Okay, so that's one thing we can do. Just take that out. Oops, that's not what I would do. Cancel. It's this one. Do we need to specify the location? It's like there's some way to say like from the down or something. Let's see if we can find this in Google Rec. So, super factory manager move RF. Let's see. You need to specify which direction. That's what we just said. Okay. What? How do I specify direction? Oh, so you just say top side. Okay. So we say top side. Okay, and now we need to say this top side is an output. No, don't. Huh. He's doing the same thing we are doing. I'm sure all you guys got the right answer. Like people have like, here's how I set it up, and it's just 3 blocks. I want to see your program. That's what I need to see. Maybe it's not Forge Energy. We try RF. FE. It is Forge Energy. This definitely has power. Oh. Oh yeah, this is energy config. Output top. Okay. What if we do like that? I know this is possible. We're gonna find it. We're gonna find it. I just don't want to have to watch YouTube videos to do it. That would be annoying. Maybe let's look at the sample program some more. subscribers, empty slots, filtering, if, furnace. Slots and sides. Input from a top west side, output to a bottom side. Okay. That's fine. Oh, I think I know what I did. We need to say output FE. Or not FE, but storage. Energy? Is that how it's spelled? Close. I think we're getting there. We're gonna get. Yeah, we typed it right. Dang it. I think it's just something small, but we're probably not going to get it. So I'm going to go watch a few videos and figure out how to do this with the power. And I'm going to move this out of this room. I'm also going to move this out of this room. And this is the easiest automation because you just have a pattern provider here and just say block. And it will put just the things it needs. But I want to put this in another room. And then we need to automate this dude. What else? Oh yeah, and automate this. Making the other block. Do I have room for another brusher? Yeah, because I'm going to move this. So I'm going to put one more brusher facing here or just in the wall right here. Yeah, okay. So I've got my hands full of things I need to figure out how to do and plan for. So we're going to end it right there. We'll just do a 90-minute guy. Thanks for watching. If you've got any tips or tricks or know anything I'm doing wrong, especially with SFM, let me know. I'll probably have already figured it out because I'm just going to go watch a bunch of YouTube and learn it all and be back next time. I just didn't plan to do it this time, but we had extra time, so went into it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. See you next time. Bye.